Hi Leo, and welcome to your Spiritual Path Tarot reading for August 2019, and happy birthday to all the Leos out there. This reading is intended for those of you who are, very spiritually focused, spiritually gifted, on a spiritual journey, spiritually inclined, okay? So I'm going to start by pulling a card for overall energy and message regarding your spirituality, spiritual gifts, etc. for August. So let's see what comes out for you, Leo. All right, Ascended Masters, create open communication. So Leo, this is a powerful month for tapping into your intuition, as well as those of you who are mediums, okay? Since this is spiritually based, all the Leos that I'm reading for, you have a gift of, connection with the other side. And, just because maybe you don't hear conversations or see pictures or, experience that phenomenon in, the common ways that are talked about, doesn't mean that you are not experiencing it. You could be experiencing it in a very unique way, okay? Heather at Philona, Medium on a Mission, she has helped activate me a little bit in that capacity of mediumship, but I don't feel it or experience it like her. I just sense things and I don't know how to explain it. Other than that, it's just a sensing and knowing. And so many of you, I feel, get that information and have that communication and that contact, and you are very accurate on things that you pick up on, but you might not get a lot of validation and confirmation. So you don't really know the extent of your gift. Okay, you might question yourself and just think like you have, good intuition occasionally, sometimes. But Leo, this right here is letting you know that your crown chakra is able to open to receive the message, from the divine, the ascended masters. That's pretty powerful information. And August, it's really coming in strong to help guide you on the next steps of your spiritual path, your spiritual journey. And those of you who are really desiring to expand your spiritual gifts, even if it's not in a mediumship or channeling capacity, okay? We all are spiritually gifted in different ways, and I see you, Leo, receiving guidance in August on your gifts, how to expand them, and also like your next step, like some deep guidance. I feel like some of you may be purging and shedding some old energy, karma, as you approach and enter your new solar year. So let's see what darkness, lower energies you are overcoming and shedding in August. Okay, so obsession. All right, Leo, this right here means a couple of different things. Whether you have been like working to grow and expand yourself, your spiritual gifts, and it's like you feel as though you're spinning your wheels, like no matter what you do, nothing's happening. And, this right here is leaving you. You're going to fall into a place of flow and ease where you are more accepting and not feeling like in a rush or like pushing yourself. I almost feel as though some of you were really trying to achieve like certain growth or development by a certain specific time, and it didn't really pan out that way, so you might have felt defeated or kind of set back. And the truth is, we only expand when we're truly ready to expand, and that's all about our vibration. And the more we chase after something, the more it evades us. All right, so this right here, Leo, is what has been evading you, what you've really been trying to manifest, achieve, and it's like it's just not happening. It's like you're falling into a place of peace and harmony and ease about it, because you are receiving this guidance, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, and it's softening your energy around something, Leo, with this right here. So, and I love that. Look, this is card 2 and that's card 3. That's beautiful. That's a progression of your energy, which is just a confirmation of how you're shedding this. You know, things are going to start making sense, and you don't feel this need to like control or direct. You're more in a place of acceptance and allowing, okay? So let's pull some more cards. All right, so we have spiritual lessons, ascension symptoms, and rabbit hole. Ooh, Leo, yes. I like your lineup of cards here for your spiritual growth and path for August. Okay, spiritual lessons right there. Like I said, you are coming into a place of acceptance and harmony about something, you know, that you just couldn't control. And it could be outside of your spiritual path and gifts and things like that. It could just be in your personal life. And it's been really affecting your spiritual abilities, your growth, you know, things of that nature. And now you're moving beyond that, Leo, because you are expanding. Like, you've learned a lesson here, a deep lesson, a soul lesson, and the ascended masters, it's like you are an ascending master of the level that you're on, the path that you're on. You know, I'm not calling you an ascended master like the divine like that. I'm saying in your current life path, your journey, like you are ascending to a higher level of your being, you know, expanding your consciousness into a new dimension, like that crown chakra opening, like in a different way. I've never really felt that like that before. So to me, this feels very significant for you guys. And with ascension, okay, there we go. With ascension symptoms, some of you might be having some weird like aches, pains, sensations, and there's just like no real explanation for it. I always recommend going to the doctor to get checked out if anything's going wacky and crazy. But there's a few times in my life where I've just had really crazy stuff happening, and I go to the doctor and they're like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So if that's the case for you, it's because there is some expansion. Like, I got really sick, and it like laid me up for weeks in June. And like after that illness, it's like I was different, just more open and expanded. And I cannot tell you how much life has started changing since I got better from that weird illness that I got. And so, you know, different things happen to us to change us. You know, illnesses affect DNA and things like that. And ascension and expansion and spiritual awakening is more than just, you know, the non-physical. It's a physical experience as well. It goes, you know, to a cellular level. And so, Leo, I see some of you have been going through that. Or in August, you may be experiencing a lot of ascension symptoms. And I highly recommend that, you know, if you've just been having this weird issue and you've gone to the doctor and they're like, nothing's wrong with you, do some Google searching about different ascension symptoms, and you may find many others who have encountered and experienced exactly what you're going through. And it's because you're expanding, and you're not just shifting at, you know, the spiritual level. As your vibration elevates, you also shift and expand at a physical level, okay? And that's totally happening here. And I feel because of that shift and expansion as like a new dimension for you, that's why you fall into a place of acceptance and flow and like, I don't need to control this. And then lastly, with the rabbit hole there, oh, Leo, you are about to be exposed to some information, some ideas, and some concepts that are totally foreign to your current belief system. Like, it's really taking your consciousness outside of the box. And some of you, that could have been the journey and process that you've been in, and that's what caused these ascension symptoms, and it's part of like your spiritual growth and lesson for this life journey. Okay, and if you've been in that process, it's like finally everything you've been exposed to, all the knowledge and information you've been accumulating is like going to infuse itself into your conscious mind, and it becomes part of your beingness. Okay, and it just like you operate in a whole different perception moving forward. So Leo, for a spiritual journey, this is a very powerful month of August. Just wow. So I'm going to pull some tarot dice here just to get a little bit more info about, you know, all of this going on for you guys. Ooh, look at that. First thing out is the moon. Next is the Hanged Man. There's your shift in perception. Next we have, oh my god, this is so good, the Page of Pentacles. And lastly, boom, look at that, the High Priestess. So Leo, yes, here is that shifting perception. Here is that growth and expansion to your spiritual gifts, to your crown chakra, okay? Here is you, like your consciousness going into that new dimension that's new to you, but this is like the next step on your journey, like it's meant to be. And also being the pentacle, that to me is talking about like the physical manifestation of this expansion, like your ascension symptoms. And so Leo, it's just like you are right on point. And also, man, your intuition, your sensing, your inner knowing is just on fire. And even if you can't get a lot of validation and confirmation, start asking Spirit for that. Say, help me, you know, validate what it is that I sense and pick up on, so that I can really decipher between my intuition and sensing opposed to maybe some nervous energy and worrisome thinking, you know, because sometimes it's really hard to like tell the difference, right? Or sometimes you're picking up on somebody else's nervous energy and you don't even know it's theirs and it's in you, and you're like, whoa, I have this weird feeling, and then nothing comes to pass. Well, that's because it was never your energy, that was somebody else's. So you know, just depending on where you're at in your spiritual growth, it could be really hard to decipher those things. And I have definitely been there. But Leo, you're growing big and wise in August. Like a lot of what you have been encountering, what you have gone through, is finally expanding into your beingness, and it's shifting you. And your experience, I feel, after August through the end of 2019 is just going to slowly start feeling different. And then when you look back at the end of the year, you're going to be like, wow, that was a lot of growth. That was a lot of shifting and changing. So let's pull some tarot cards to clarify these dice a little further. And you know, any like lessons, because spiritual lessons are often experienced through everyday relationships and experiences and encounters, okay? And you know, some of you have been experiencing, I feel, some challenges outside of, you know, kind of in your personal life or just your life outside of your spirituality. And with this right here, it's your guides are coming in saying, like, even though it may not seem related, like what you were going through in those situations or circumstances was actually, you know, growing you and shaping you for your spiritual path, that part of you, that part of your life, you know. So everything is connected and nothing is a waste, okay? And you guys are gonna really come into that knowing just everything you've been going through. All right, on the moon, we have the Page of Cups. And this right here, the Page of Cups, can actually talk about a sudden awakening to, psychic gifts, or, going to the next level, which is brand new to you in your spiritual gift, okay? Five of Swords going on top of this, Hanged Man, and that's you, Leo, shifting your perception about the challenges and things you've been through, and realizing how much it has grown you spiritually, and how much you've learned, and how wise you truly have become through those challenges and experiences and heartaches. On the Page of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Cups. That's really nice right there, Leo. That's also a reiteration of the elevation of your spiritual gifts. And then lastly, Three of Cups, which is celebration and happiness, going with the flow. So Leo, you have three cups up here, and the Moon and the High Priestess is, all about emotion and intuition and ability, like psychic ability, premonition, dreams, emotions, and you got the cups up here. So really, out of eight cards and dice, you have this major arcana, which is talking about your perception shift. You have these swords, and then the physical right here. So Leo, there's a lot going on in your emotional body, which thus is expanding your intuition, your spiritual gifts, psychic, mediumship, energy healer, like you name it. Spiritual gifts are unlimited, and they are unique in each and every one of us. And you guys, you're opening up to like a new level, okay? And it is a joyous time for you, and I feel like everything you've been through, it's finally like, oh, this wasn't for nothing, and I understand these struggles, and now I see how it's changed me. And sometimes when you're awakening and you're just being exposed to all this different information to like rewrite your subconscious and to trigger you and expand you and help you shed your old self, the old version of you, it can be incredibly overwhelming and painful and traumatic. And so, if you've been going through that, it's like finally you're moving into this place of flow where it all is now making sense, and like new stuff is starting to come in to replace all the things that had to fall away. And completely trying to change your beliefs against what you've always known all your life, just because as you grow spiritually, you learn the power of your thoughts, you learn the power of your emotions, you learn about your soul and your energy, and you just become, in such a different awareness than you ever were prior. And so sometimes as you are trying to really change your thoughts of what you believe is true and possible about life, about reality, especially true and possible about you, it's just weird. It's a interesting experience. It's like shocking almost, even though it's for the positive. It's like everything must fall away so that, you can become a whole new version of you, have a complete shift in perception. And that's a pretty freaking bumpy ride, anybody who's been through it. And, I remember when I started getting exposed to like a lot of different things, man, it like almost made me feel like I was going crazy. It was just like information overload. It was too much against my belief system. Like I almost couldn't handle it. And when people would talk about how somebody has a mental breakdown or loses their mind, I never understood that. Like I really didn't. I've been through a lot of really challenging, stressful situations in my life, and I just didn't understand that. But then getting exposed to things that are so foreign to your belief system, but you see the truth in it, and you're like, oh my God, this has been a lie. Like all these things I have always thought are just a lie. Like it is traumatizing. And, so I see some of you have gone through that and have been going through that. And it's a process, Leo. It is a process. And I see finally like you coming into the light and things making sense and you feeling happy and no longer wanting to control. It's like you are gaining a new trust of the universe and your life path and just everything. So let's pull one final card here, Leo. All right, on target. Follow your ideal life path. That's excellent, Leo. That is so good. Yes, see, everything that has happened is not without purpose and great benefit to you personally, okay? It's all leading to something, and August is the month when it really just starts making sense. And my goodness, are you expanding spiritually? Okay, so Leo, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.